Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to make homemade digestive biscuits with whole wheat. Now these are just as good as store-bought biscuits, but they are better because they are fresh and they're preservative free. Now me and my family love this recipe, and I'm going to give you the recipe in tablespoons and cups as well, the ones that you might be using at home. And I basically followed this recipe in grams, metric measurements. Okay, so let's begin by adding our wheat flour to a bowl, and I did not sift out the bran from this flour because that is what makes it more digestive. Okay, so next we're going to add our baking powder, and if you're in Pakistan and you're using your spoons that you use at home, so this is how much you're going to add. Next we're going to add in salt because we're using unsalted butter. Now you want to whisk it all together. And then we're going to add in icing sugar. Now make sure you're using icing sugar and not your regular sugar, because regular sugar has more water content in it, so your cookies or biscuits are going to flatten out when you bake them. Then we're going to add our cold butter to the mixture, and make sure it is cold. Reason being that cold butter is going to make your cookies or biscuits more crispier and more flaky. You want to really rub them together nicely and form a crumb-like texture, because that's how you know that your flour is well coated with butter. The second reason is that cold butter is going to make the dough more pliable, and you're going to be able to roll it out better. Otherwise it's going to be too soft at room temperature. So next you're going to add in the milk, and you can use whole milk for this, and just knead it with a very gentle hand. All you want to do is just combine the dough till it comes together, and make sure you're not applying too much force and you're not kneading too much, because otherwise your biscuits are going to turn a bit harder than you want them to. Now the dough is a bit softer than we want, so we're going to put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes. Now I put a parchment paper on my board before I roll out the dough. The reason being that when I roll out the cookies, I can just pick up the parchment paper and then put them in the fridge to let them cool and let the biscuits set. And then I can just transfer them to my baking pan. Okay, so here's how pliable the dough should be when you roll it out. And take a portion out of it and then roll it out using a parchment paper and a rolling pin. I use a parchment paper because otherwise the dough is so soft that it sticks to the rolling pin and it makes a mess. Okay, so now we're going to cut our cookies, and I'm going to mention the size of the cutter I used in the description box. Now you can use any cutter you have. I used this specific design for one reason, and that is I poked holes with the back of a toothpick to ensure that more moisture gets evaporated during the baking. What that does is it gives lesser baking time, and it also allows even baking of the whole cookie in that time. So one is design, and the other plus point is the more efficient baking. Once you're done, cool your cookies in the fridge for about 20 minutes, and then you can take them out and put them on a pan lined with parchment paper. And the colder your cookie, the easier it is to lift from the parchment paper and to shift them onto the pan. Now we're going to bake them in a preheated oven until they turn crispy golden brown. For the exact temperatures and time, please see the description box. Now our cookies are done when they're golden brown from top and bottom. You want to let them rest and cool for about 15 minutes, and then you can break one open and check if it's done. See how beautiful this snap was? That means our cookie is done and it is crumbling. Well, I truly hope you enjoy the recipe and do try it. This recipe is my favorite, and I love it with tea, so try it, share it with friends. And since this is my first video, I'd love to hear your response, how you liked it. So good luck, and thank you for watching.